I'm Kristin Montero, and this is my Nothing Ordinary story. My perfect team, which Carvic does have my perfect team, is one that always supports me. They always make me laugh, and I always know that every single one of them will always have my back. At any given point, anything that happens in my day, I can come back and know that they will be there to fix it, or make it better, or smile, or laugh, or jump up and down with me. They are my perfect team. My favorite project was one that I recently completed. It was for a couple not too much older than myself. They had saved money for a really long time. It was their first house. It was their house that they were going to get ready for their kids. They had 2 little babies, and they were ready to completely make it everything they wanted. Tiny, tiny little kitchen. It was actually a real challenge for me because it was so small, because they had so many desires and wants to fit into that space. The thing that I think made it my favorite is that they trusted me. They didn't have a huge budget, but what they did have, I respected. And they really, anything I said, anything I recommended, they trusted me, and they had to do their own research. But at the end of the day, they knew that where I was leading them was going to be right. And it came out beautiful. I got an email from her on Christmas morning that said, this was everything I dreamed of. My kids got to come sit and eat breakfast with me, and it was great. It was my favorite project so far. My least favorite project is not really a project. It's customers that we meet that don't trust us. It's customers that maybe they're just coming in because they want a cabinet bid, or because they just want to take everything out and put something new in. They don't understand what we do. They don't understand what we're capable of doing. They don't know what I can really do with a kitchen. They just think, oh, I can put out old cabinets and put in new. It really hurts my heart, and it hurts my heart when I can't show that to them, if they don't even give me a chance to show them what can be great. Even if it's a stocked line of cabinets and they have a small budget, I want to be able to show everybody what we can do in any space. I think the most important thing in creating a new space is giving the clients what they don't know that they want, creating something fabulous and they had no idea that it was even possible, that we could even get to that point, just wowing them, giving them nothing ordinary. That's what came to my brain. You branded my brain. It makes me feel great if I can wow them, if I can show them a different way, or change the way they were thinking of something, or show them what's really possible in their home that they had absolutely no idea. It makes me feel great. The process of construction is so similar to crafting. You have this inspiration pick and you're like, I'm gonna go to Hobby Lobby and get this wreath, and I'm gonna make all this stuff, I'm gonna do this. And you go there and you're so excited, you're shopping, and that's the fun part, is like picking all this pretty stuff and wanting to put it together. And then you get home and your glue stick's dried out and things aren't going as quickly as you thought they were, and it doesn't go together quite like you think, and stuff gets held up. And that's exactly how it is in construction. The customer is so excited in the beginning and it's all beautiful, but it doesn't happen instantly, and you do have to go back to Hobby Lobby and get more glue sticks, and you do have to be patient while it dries, and you do have to wait for that beautiful product, and it's not instant. And I think that that's the best analogy that I can think of for how patient you have to be with construction, and you have to keep holding on to that inspiration picture, because it will get there with time. You just have to be patient for that process. The biggest compliment I can ever receive is that something I created made someone feel good, made them feel happy, it made them feel welcome and at home, whether it's a piece of art or a painting or an entire kitchen, an entire house. I just want to know that because of that, someone was happy. Being a kitchen and bathroom designer really brings me joy, because I'm able to love my clients, and that's how I show love, is by acts of service. And with my talents and with my creative ability to help them, I can give them a loving household. I can give them what they need, and that ultimately brings me joy. It makes me happy. So a project where something went horribly wrong. I had a kitchen project where everything was near completion. Cabinets were in, tile was done, everything was just about the icing on the cake, and there was a mistake at the stone template. This customer had 5 slabs of stone, and we handpicked them all, and it was the only 5 that there were. So we had a windowsill made of stone that had to be redone. Somehow it was cut wrong. There's no way you can fix that. The whole project went so smoothly and so effective. It was so efficient, and it was just the end, and she was really having a problem with that end not being completely complete. So we tracked down the stone. We have a great team of stone guys that found a new slab, sent her a picture of it, shipped it in, but it couldn't be done faster than it was done. And I really had to walk her through that process and tell her, you know, like, we are humans, and I'm sorry that this happened, but we're doing the best that we can. And at the end, she was fine. It was an extra 2 weeks. I really understood where she was coming from. I know that it was the end of the project, and she was tired of having workmen in her house, and she was at her wit's end. That's a lot of what we have to do, is manage those emotions and explain to her and just do everything we can in our power to get the job done. And that's the hardest part. My most successful project was a single man who was living alone. He came to Carbic, and he needed a lot of help. He was ready for a renovation. He wasn't living in his house. He didn't want to be there. He was not able to have coworkers over and family over. He wanted to be outside of his house. And what we did was reconfigure his whole first floor just by reconfiguring the kitchen. And we opened up the space and we allowed him to be able to entertain. He was able to have his nieces and nephews over for holidays. It really allowed him access to his backyard and to his formal dining room, his living room. We were able to really give him a whole new house just by the kitchen renovation. And that to me was a real success for what we do. It's literally every aspect of my personality in one job. I get to draw. I love drawing. I get to be with people all day long. I get to sell beautiful things. I get to watch a whole process come together. It's a job made for me. It's perfect. Well, I first knew that I wanted to be in design probably when I was really young. In the summers when my mom was at work, I was rearranging my bedroom, and even sometimes she was buying me gallons of paint to paint on my own or to paint murals in my room. And then I started rearranging her house, which was good and bad. But I always knew that I wanted to do something in the home. I wanted to make it more functional and pretty, and I wanted to use my abilities to make the life in our house better. When I was in college, our program became NKBA certified, and it was something that I wanted to pursue. I'm very analytical, and I love math, and kitchen and bath was so much more intense to me than just interior design. So I reached out to every kitchen and bath company in St. Louis, and I got a lot of emails, but the one that stuck up to me the most was Jenny emailing me and saying, I don't want your resume, just tell me something about yourself. And something just stuck, and I met her, and she hired me to work in the showroom. So I got to be the showroom manager, and I became an assistant and an intern and an apprentice, and I just worked my way up, and it's been really great. She really gave me a chance, and I'm really appreciative for that. Looking back now, I probably know why she hired me. In my email back to her, I told her that I was literally willing to scrub her toilets if I could come work and learn from her, and that's probably why she hired me.